Did you know there's a massive difference between playing chess and actually learning it? And it all starts before you even make your first move. If you set up for chess study, it's just opening a browser tab while listening to music. Your brain isn't building calculation muscle to actually improve. Your physical and digital setup needs to mirror a real tournament environment. In this video, I'm breaking down the exact steps, step by step, setup the pros use to train their brains for deep calculation. As you can see, I saw the puzzle and I've put on a board and I'm starting to keep the pieces on the board as it is shown in the puzzle. I'm doing this puzzle currently and I'm putting my pieces slowly, a knight, a queen and 3 pawns finally. 1 1 3, fine. And now I'm going to sit down for at least 10 minutes and think what is the solution. After thinking, I've thought that rook, here, check, only move is bishop there and then I can play this. So, but first I take the queen so that the rook does not get captured by the rook, which was a wrong mistake which we will be covering later on. And I give this check. Of course, bishop will have to come back over here because you see the knight cannot come back because it will simply be recaptured. So bishop comes back and now I go bishop here. This wasn't also a very good move. So now I am thinking that what is the refutation for black here. So you can simply take this, I believe. And now actually if you take it with the rook, then the king will simply escape. So I think we should take it with the bishop first. So now I take it with the bishop. But now I think the refutation for black is maybe rook to d5. It is threatening to capture the rook if I go bishop there and check, if I give a discovered check. So yeah, I'll have to move maybe rook c8. And now I guess black's rook can give a check first. Yes, a check. King will come up. And now to somehow we can actually play h3 as well, but okay, h3 was better, of course. I played knight here because I'm just covering the square. And now he takes this. And now any move like this will work for it because now the king can flee. And now when this happens, I'm not very sure about my answer, right? Because there is no mate happening. There is no very big advantage which I'm getting after this puzzle. So now I think that I should check this position on a real chess.com analysis board. So here we are. So in this position, it's a 5+ advantage for white. And I took this. This was in the best line. And here bishop is coming back. And engine is saying bishop x e5, but I did not take it. I went here bishop a3. And now he can take it as such. I take this. I can. Oh, actually, I thought of taking with the bishop. Okay, wait, we'll do it. Let's check it back. Yes, bishop x. And now rook d5 is the best move, which I thought the refutation. Rook c8. And now not even a check. Check is also fine. And you don't even have to go for that knight g4 sacrifice. You can just simply play h3, and the game is like saved. I mean, it is advantage, but it's not very lenient. So rather than that, there is rook d8 check. And now he'll have to go bishop back. He cannot take it with the rook because the queen is dying. So I take the queen, he takes it back. And I take bishop x e5, knight h5 I thought, but there is knight d7. Because if I take, then his rook will take. That is why. And I thought that why knight d7, it doesn't look so good. So in such positions, you should just check that why are these moves suggested by the engine. Because there is a meaning to the moves. So it is for to saving the bishop which is on f8, and not because if knight d7 is not played, we can simply add on more pressure on the bishop on f8. Therefore, knight e7 is played. Thank you and subscribe.